It's the NFL on EA Sports, and our focus is on Jerome Baker. He was terrific defensively last week with 11 tackles. It's the Dolphins and the Rams, next on EA Sports.
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Los Angeles Rams. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Rams team as they interplay. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
The drive starts with a run from Achane. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. Back to throw. Cantrell on target over the middle to Hill. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it?
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. So on fourth down, here's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. So now the Rams will get their first opportunity with a football. And leading the charge, we get a look at their 6-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
On first down, they'll start out with Akers. And they see right through that defensively, as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, second and 12. They'll go again here with Akers. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. You talk about this Miami defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction, because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
Stroud on third down now. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this returnable for Hill. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, Cantrell, and his throw here's incomplete. This defense for the Rams, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. A defensive-minded coach loves to bring the heat. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. On is Jake Bailey to send this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their second drive of the game. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37. Play action. Stroud now. Eluding the pressure right. And he finds a man with a crossing route. Well, he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Play action. Here's Stroud. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing on first down, Cantrell. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Tyreek Hill's got another one. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down. Operating from the gun, Cantrell. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down. Up the middle, Achane. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cantrell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And the Dolphins are going to get a fresh set of downs.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Off the bootleg. Cantrell. His throw incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake. Cantrell. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And the Rams getting set to go now. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. As Stroud now to throw. He's going deep for Brown. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
He's going deep for Brown. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Miami's offense set and ready to go. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
2nd and 5. Back to throw. Cantrell. And that nearly intercepted. It's incomplete. Now remember, he had a pick earlier, but couldn't reel that one. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to have it here just past the 25. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Though that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They're still in search of an initial 1st down as they come up here 1st and 10. Stroud. He's going deep for Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
As we've seen, their first 2 drives didn't yield anything points-wise. Certainly feels like they think to themselves, it's time to open this thing up, taking the big shot downfield.
Here we go.
2nd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. They overload him that time with a safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. The Rams on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 17. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Off play action. Cantrell. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
While the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Cantrell. That is caught. And out across midfield down to the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a 1st down. They'll look to throw again. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Javon Holland coming up to make the stop. Now a 2nd and 6. Going right back to Akers. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Stroud sets up the play action. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's going to have a Rams first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards. Now Stroud. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Well, the Rams at 5-1 here in this early part of the season. They're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6.
And I thought that they played pretty resilient. All on display in that victory.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Flush to his right. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. Stroud to throw it. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. Touchdown, Rams! Cam Akers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Rams post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. That time a 6-play drive. And it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Off the play fake. Cantrell. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, here's a give to Achane. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Achane. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. The Dolphins moving with a sense of urgency here. Off-play action. Cantrell. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
And this will be taken at the 13. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Rams will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here's Stroud.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Final play of the half, Stroud.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Stroud, he's going deep for Brown. This is caught inside the 15. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here is some of the division race.
The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On second down, it's Stroud. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for L.A. 62 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. This is caught. It's Brown. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Looking to throw. Stroud. Touchdown! Cam Akers. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The CD, you know, he's got great options of wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You made me forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 47 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They complete it to Hill. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down, Cantrell. He's got his target. That's complete. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this 3rd quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we have put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Taken at the goal line. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
To throw again. Stroud. He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
Miami set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to Achane.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 6.
Back to throw. Cantrell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they just keep marching right along. First down on a pickup of 8 there.
Back to the ground, Achane.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The ball on the 32, it's 2nd and 2. Achane gets it from the gun.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And it appears we've got a member of the Rams shaken up on that last play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Rams are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
That's a beautiful read there by the safety. It's zone coverage, so he's just going to sit back and watch. He knows he can't get beat deep because he has the end line to protect him. so he can react to everything in front of him, and he makes a great break on the football and comes down with the interception.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. 2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. 2nd down and 4. It's the Rams out in front here. They've got control of the football as well as we get set for the 4th quarter. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. The offense on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for this with Akers. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. Hasn't been his best afternoon on the ground, far from it, but a critical 3rd down conversion.
His afternoon just got better. All right, you're exactly right. It hasn't been his best in terms of yardage, but that run there, that's the one your teammates look to you and go, okay, that's what we want from you. That's what we need. Now they have a chance to keep moving forward and a chance to win the game.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Akers. Christian Wilkins there defensively for the stop.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
49 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give. Akers running left. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he'll go down at the 28.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't bring.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, L.A.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring
someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. From the end zone, here comes Williams. And he returns this to the 22. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Open man, that's Hill, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll dump this off to Achane.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll give him 4 yards there. 3rd and 7 now. Back to throw again. And the Rams got it. They bring him down.
Got to avoid the flags defensively. Here's 4th and long.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. This is 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player.
And he loses the football a second time.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. So the Dolphins now down by 2 touchdowns, 2:15 remaining. And they're in danger of a 3rd straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Rams are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because There is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Stroud out of the gun here. In trouble, and he's taken down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Come on.
4th down, Stroud going to try to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. Here we go. 1st and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number, kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time. And they won't try and pooch it. It's a fake. And he's not going to get to the marker. And that's a turnover on downs. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. So now it's the Dolphins' turn, trailing by a touchdown. A little over 20 seconds to go. They need a touchdown and the PAT to tie it as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get him the completion.
He's back to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't
scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here.
I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time